Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, this channel is all about beauty. We talk about fragrances, makeup, skincare, we do some unboxings and a little bit of vlogging as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing and let's start the video. Alright, so in today's video we're going to talk about a palette. The palette we're going to talk about is the Urban Decay Wild Greens, and this is the palette I actually really wanted for a while. It was not available here in the UK. I watched like so many videos of American and Canadian YouTubers having it, and I was like, yeah, I want to have it too. But finally we have it in the UK. I decided to go and buy it. I was super excited because I really love the kind of vibe of this palette, and now I have it. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk what my first experience with the palette was. So the packaging, as you can see, it just opens like that. It is cardboard, so nothing like too fancy about it, but I don't really mind. I don't really care that much about the packaging, as long as it's not like super tacky or like super cheap looking. This one just looks very simple to me, like with this kind of cardboard thing. The way it opens, I mean, it's interesting, right? I think it's a little more practical if it just closes normally, because if anything happens to the packaging over here, it won't really cover the eyeshadows properly. We don't have a mirror or anything like that, as you can see. And the shades. Let's have a look at the shades. So to be honest, I kind of expected this to be more like brown, like a proper brown and green palette. But I don't know if you can see that. The browns are more like on a corally, orangey kind of side of spectrum. And the greens are like slightly more muted than I expected them to be. Nevertheless, I think the shades are actually really pretty. I'm going to swatch them all for you, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think about the quality and the palette in general. Is it worth it? Is it worth to buy it or not so much? Okay, so let's start with the swatches. So I'm going to start over here on my palm. The first shade is Chill. So this is that shade, quite like a frosty kind of white shade. And the next one is Lo-Fi, which is over here. You can't really see much. Unfortunately, this shade is a little bit like that. Next up, we have Kickback over here. Then Fuzz. Okay, trying to like pay attention to where I put the swatches so that I can actually squeeze them all in. So next one is Turmeric over here. Then we have High Vibe, Earthside, and then the last one is Super Greens. This one over here. And then the last four fragrances, Prickly. Then we have Twist, Kale, and then the last one is Stash. So these are the shades. What do you guys think, like straight away? So I have to tell you, I really like the shades, but these shades are very muted. Like the shimmery shades, they don't really have that much pigmentation. I mean, you do see some of that, obviously, but it's not really, I mean, my skin is like, I'll probably say like lighter medium at this point, and you can tell that some of the shades are not really that visible. The whole kind of collection of shades actually looks really pretty. I think I like the kind of like natural vibe, but this is not the palette that will give you an opportunity to create, I don't know, like a lot of like really interesting looks. As you can see on my eyes today, I created a look using most of the shades in this palette, and to be honest, I was struggling with the pigmentation and the shimmers. Like, it didn't really give me much. It gave me some sparkles, but not really much of a color. So I have to say, as much as I like how it worked out on my eyes today, I don't think this is the palette that will allow me to be like very creative with this shade. Whatever I will create with that, it's not really going to be like super pigmented, so I think the looks will be quite similar to each other, if that makes sense. I probably would say that the quality of this palette is a little bit weaker than I would actually expect from the Urban Decay palettes, from the other ones that I've tried. It's not bad, it's still okay, but it is definitely a little bit lower than I expected. So all in all, I think this is a gorgeous palette. If you like the look of it, then I think it's worth buying, but not necessarily paying for the full price for it. I actually bought it with like 20% discount, and I think it just makes more sense to wait and just buy it with some sort of discount, 20%, 25%. It makes more sense, okay? Paying the full price for this palette, I don't really see the reason for it. It's good, I really like the shades, I really like the makeup I actually created with that, but at the same time, this is not the type of palette that actually changed my life. I can't really just rave about the quality here. It's simple to use. Because of the fact that the pigmentation is not like super like strong, you can't really hurt yourself with these. You can't really create something that will look disgusting, because it just doesn't work like that. Those shades are quite muted, so obviously this is going to be probably a good palette if you're a beginner and if you're just trying to experiment with color a little bit, but you don't really want to go like too strong. So yeah, if you have a good discount code, or if there's like a gift with purchase somewhere and you kind of want to have it, then I would just wait for that occasion. I will wait for the time that it's actually cheaper, and then I'm pretty sure it's like worth having, but not necessarily paying the full price for it. So these are my thoughts, guys, about this Urban Decay palette, Wild Greens. What do you guys think? Do you have it? Have you tried it? Is it something on your mind? If so, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more beauty-related content, check those videos here. I'm going to see you very soon in my next video. Take care. Bye!